So we're going to talk about the 4 stages of competence. So generally when you go somewhere new, or we liken it to learning to drive, you go through 4 stages of competence. So the first stage is unconsciously incompetent. You don't know what you don't know. So when you've never driven before, you've never learnt to drive, you don't know the ins and outs and the idiosyncrasies of learning to drive. When you start learning to drive, you quite quickly pass from unconsciously incompetent to consciously incompetent. You start thinking, wow, there's a lot to learn here. I need to put my foot on the clutch. I need to use my left hand to change the gear. I need to keep the right hand on the steering wheel. I need to look in the mirror. Oh my goodness, complete overwhelm. Am I ever going to get this? Am I ever going to learn to drive? But the more and more you practice, and the more and more it just becomes second day on day, week on week. Eventually, you start to get it. You start to become more confident, and you move from consciously incompetent to consciously competent. So you know what to do, you know how to do it, but you're thinking about what you need to do, and you're thinking about how you need to do it. This is a great place to be, because you're doing things properly, you're thinking about what you're doing, and you're fully present, you're fully focused, your mind is on what you need to do. After a while of doing what you need to do, and again we liken it to driving, once you've passed your test, that's when you really learn to drive a car. You start learning lots of things, you do it for weeks and months on end, you move from consciously competent to unconsciously competent. So you might drive from Manchester to Bury and get to Bury and think, how did I get here? You don't know, your body or your mind has done it unconsciously.